Playoffs?
60% of the time, it works every time.
Yes, oh yes, baby. You know what time it is. From the Rocky Mountains of Utah down to the Panhandle of Florida. This is 100 Proof Football coming at you week 2, the second week in a row of our fantasy position rankings, baby. Running backs today. Running backs. Trying to help you dominate your league, baby, and keep it 100. My name is Paul Kleckler, joined as always by my co-host, Adam Pope. How you doing today, Adam? Talk to me, baby.
I am doing well. I see already the chat is lighting up.
Yeah, baby.
We got a few of our leagues in there, so we gotta tame the information so they're not
I know, man. They heard we doing some rankings release. They coming trying to get the inside scoop, man. Realize what they need to do to finally not lose to us every year, I see.
Good to see you boys, though. Cheers.
Yeah, definitely. What's going on, Jay Mills? What's going on? Speaking of Jay Mills, don't forget, we'll go right on to the spin wheel screen, baby. He is King Ding-a-ling, baby. The top donor of all time to the stream with a $69 donation. Jay Mills at the top of the screen, baby. King Ding-a-ling. You know what time it is, man. Yes, sir, man. Hey, if you haven't done your fantasy mock drafts yet, we feel you, man. We trying to get you caught up because I know it's fantasy season. You know what time it is. And if you've been coming in and missing the playoffs, whatever, poor set of circumstances has been befalling you and your fantasy team, you in the right place, baby, because we fitting to tell you how to win and dominate your league.
Except for our league.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know.
We're dominating that shit.
Yeah, y'all are here now, just for the hell of it, I guess. But regardless, man, running backs this week, man. Looking forward to it. We got some variations in the rankings out there, man. Bo Jones out there talking about Adam's set dressing has improved while Paul has devolved. Well, I moved, asshole. I'm trying to get my shit set up, Bo. I'm working on it, bro. I'm working on it.
You haven't seen shit yet, man. It's coming.
It's coming. But hey, man, Adam looking, something about his screen, it's looking kind of handsome today, man. I don't know. It's looking extra handsome on his screen today. I don't know if it's his new camera angle or just Zach Wilson looking at everybody's mom over your shoulder, baby.
I put my stilettos on. They gave me confidence.
You got a little, you got a little less headroom, man. You're fitting in the screen right for once, dude. That's it, man. Hey, well, let's not waste no time. There's not much league news today, man, this week. I mean, Roquan Smith wanting to trade, and, Goodell's calling Deshaun Watson a predator. So we'll see how that goes, man, with the appeal and everything else. But the Browns did say they're going to start Deshaun Watson in their first preseason game. So,
and boo Goodell. Talk about a man with no nuts.
Bruh.
Like, you have the authority to already go ahead. If you want the year suspension, he has the authority to do it, but he pussyfoots all this shit onto other people to make the tough decisions, so he's not the bad guy. What an asshat. Fuck Goodell, man.
Hey, I'm with you on. Hey, I will drink to that. Cheers. Fuck Goodell. Nobody likes Goodell's ass.
You're putting this man through the ringer. He's already been tried so many times. Like, if you want him a year, just suspend him for a year. Get it over with.
Dude, we're starting to sound like last week's episode, man.
Mm-hmm.
People going to be tuning in talking about thinking it's a replay, dude. We know how you feel, man. We know your fantasy hopes and dreams are hanging on getting your keeper back, man. After you've held a roster spot for him for this long. Just hold on, baby. He's coming, man.
I'm holding on.
Hey, just so you know, we are on all your favorite social medias, Instagram and Twitter, and now Facebook at 100 Proof FB, 100 Proof on Facebook. We're always on YouTube. We got a Twitch channel as well, 100 Proof Football. And don't forget, if you're enjoying this, hit that like button. That helps the video get out there. If you haven't subscribed yet, do us a favor, hit the sub, hit the bell. The bell's the key. Let you know every time we go live. If we ever do a pop-up live, you'll get that notification. Come hang out, start drinking with us, baby. Hey, Marshawn in the chat. What's going on, baby? King Ding-a-ling. Everybody's here. What's going on? But, hey, what you drinking on today?
As far as beer, I got Miller Lite.
This is 100 Proof Football, baby.
Well, as far as 100 Proof, I got my Whistle Pig. As far as just a bourbon, I got Buffalo Trace.
Ooh.
And I still got Grey Goose if we got Loosey Goosey.
If Grey Goose gets you loose, huh, baby? Come on, man.
I got it all tonight, baby.
No Grey Goose if you don't get loose.
It sounds like you need a tender over there, man. You got so many drinks to choose from. You need to get you your own personal tender out there, dude. I'm drinking. I got me a boozy slushy from the liquor store. They were all out of my tiger's blood today, so I'm on Mango Madness, baby. But also,
you're a Mango Man?
Yeah, don't forget, it is 100 Proof Football, man. And we're bringing to you the 115.2 proof Wyoming Whiskey Select Private Stock, man. So before we do this, running back rankings release. Everybody's in pins and needles. Let's take a shot, man. Let's do it right, because this is 100 Proof Football, and we are keeping it 100. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Cheers, baby.
Cheers.
Woo! All right, baby. First up, Adam.
Yeah.
Running backs rankings released 2022, baby. No surprise here. Starting off with Jonathan Taylor, your boy.
Again, I think I'm about to jinx all my keepers. But damn, I can't. I mean, everybody has Jonathan Taylor. He's unanimous, number one on almost every single rankings I've seen out there. I haven't seen below one, so but I'm sure there's one or two out there. Derrick Henry, I mean, he could go 2 to 5, but I don't think that's a wild card. Like, I think everybody gets it. I mean, he could be number one at the end of the year. So, Dalvin Cook, number 3. I mean, that's a scary ass offense, you know. So he's going to get the touches, and he's going to have the opportunities. Nick Chubb, Cowbell, like especially the first 6+ games of the season. I think, especially with Kareem Hunt going down. Well, not going down, but like that whole dispute thing. So, yeah, Chubb might be definitely a cowbell this year. Najee Harris, you know he wants the touches. Last year they gave him the touches, so we'll see. Aaron Jones is the guy that I probably have higher than most. They don't have receivers. I think Jones and Rodgers have a good connection. He can catch passes out of the backfield. He could be kind of a scary running back this year. And then somebody I have too low might be Christian McCaffrey. The injury scaring me. The last 2 years just freaking dinged up after a few games. So I'm hesitant. So then round out with Joe Mixon, Ezekiel Elliott, and Javonte Williams. I think they're all solid. I don't think I'm too out there, but what do you see out of my top 10?
Well, I mean, the things that stood out to me is Christian McCaffrey being lower than most would have him, but I get the injury concern. Dalvin Cook is maybe higher than most would have him. I don't disagree with you there. I will drink to that Dalvin Cook ranking, but just that is a little bit higher than most people have him. Also, I'm not as high on Aaron Jones this year with A.J. Dillon back, man. That's messing up that his stock a little bit. So I don't know if you traded for Aaron Jones in the offseason. Congratulations, you got a timeshare back.
Seems like Jones. you're hating.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, and you do have Zeke, man. I'm glad you're not hating on Zeke the way most people are. I'm like, this is Ezekiel Elliott, bro. I mean, he's never not had 1,000 yards. He's never not had 10 touchdowns. I mean, he was hurt after week 4 last year and still put up 1,000 yards. So people are sleeping on Zeke. I'm proud of you for not. But other than that, I don't have too much to complain about on your 1 through 10. Let's move on down to your 11 through 20. Some interesting names in here. Interesting people slipping, I see. Talk to
Starting
me.
with Eckler.
Starting with Eckler.
Yeah. Eckler, I mean, he's a small back. I mean, they call him Mighty Mouse for a reason. I mean, he is built, but he's a smaller end back, and they also got Isaiah Spiller this offseason. So 5 yards in, 10 yards in, I think he'll lose some of these carries to keep him fresh, especially if they're going to make a playoff run, which I think that's what's going to happen. Antonio Gibson's way high than most people, but he's a producer. He's been producing for the last few years, so I don't understand all the hate on him.
Maybe because he can't hang on to the ball. I don't know, bro.
Well, I don't know. He's we're talking fantasy right now. I think he's going to be all right. He can do everything. He's everything kind of back. Javonte Williams. I think. Well, oh no, shit. Damian Harris. Sorry, Damian Harris. I think New England's going to be running the ball. I mean, Patricia is their offensive coordinator. A defensive coordinator is their offensive coordinator. Just let that sink in for a second.
Playoffs?
Okay, so you're going to run the ball. And they got two great running backs. I have them both kind of escalating, like going higher than they should be in most drafts. But in my draft, I'm giving them some love. Damian Harris, stay healthy. He can be a great back. DeAndre Swift is the next back. Detroit, man, I haven't seen Hard Knocks, but I'm so itching to see it. I like what Detroit's doing. I am pumped. I can't say I've ever been this pumped watching a Detroit team ever.
Hey, I feel you, baby.
Yeah. Elijah Mitchell, I think that Kyle Shanahan offense, and he could stay healthy all year. He's going to produce. Alvin Kamara, you know he's a top 5 back, but he has a suspension. But if he comes back healthy in the second half of the year, he's going to be dynamite. James Conner drops a little bit. He got a lot of carries in the red zone. I don't think the touchdown's going to be there like they were last year. That's why he's dropped, in my opinion. Josh Jacobs, I'm iffy on that, but I just think he's solid at 19. Cam Akers, a lot of people have him higher. I think this is a good spot. He has that Achilles injury coming back from, and you have Darrell Henderson, like, just sniffing his crotch for the carry. So I don't know. Like, it's that's my, like, so I don't know. It's going to be something kind of crazy. So I don't want to give him too high of a boost.
I mean, the thing that stand out to me, J Mills talking about your top 5 is sus, dude. He's not feeling that top 5 you got out there, man. I don't know. He might be not appreciating that C-Mac not being part of it, dude. And Bo
Just
Jones
Akers,
over there touting
yeah.
Jordan Love, man. He must have some stock in Jordan Love. We'll just leave that at what it is, man. Trade anybody. But no, I think for me, man, the thing I'm seeing is how low you have James Conner, how low you have Austin Eckler. Those two things stick out to me, and Alvin Kamara. I think all 3 of those are low. They'll be low compared to my rankings, but those, I mean, I get the Spiller thing with Eckler.
The suspension thing with Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I mean,
That's why he's so low. Like, he's going to be missing games.
yeah. Well, I mean, that matters. But he's reliable as hell when he's in there, and I think we're doing half point PPR on these rankings, so I mean that matters too. But yeah, I mean ultimately not too much to hate on. We'll switch on up to the rankings 21 through 30, starting with you got your boy J.K. Dobbins up there at 21, man.
Yeah, Dobbins, I think hopefully he's going to be solid. I think Ravens are definitely needed him in the backfield. Take some pressure off. Number 8. David Montgomery from Chicago. David Singletary from Buffalo. I think this is probably low for most people, but honestly, they got James Cook, and I mean, you have Josh Allen. He's going to run, so I just don't buy into the Singletary thing. Breece Hall is probably lower than most people. Again, you had Michael Carter last year, and I mean, a solid back. So I don't think they're going to run Breece Hall into the ground, but he is a phenomenal back. they got some great quality in him. Travis Etienne. The only reason they have him down this low, again, is Robinson. So you got the ground and pound. I think Etienne's going to be that kind of passing back. He already has a good chemistry with Trevor Lawrence. I just don't know with James Robinson because he's actually kind of proven, and I don't think you could just bench him because he's a good back. Barkley, again, is low, but honestly, coming off that knee injury, I'd like to see some spring in his step before I put him any higher. Leonard Fournette, he has the Eddie Lacy diet. Mal Sanders, Chase Edmonds, I think he's the head back of Miami right now. With the Cheetah and Waddle going deep, you got Gesicki. Edmonds can actually have a phenomenal year, just catching passes out of the backfield.
Sleeper alert.
Sleeper alert. And then Ronald Jones is another sleeper alert with Kansas City right now. I mean, and then Rashad Penny, he's a solid back. I think that's actually too low for Penny, but again, it's all health.
It could be. It depends on how much if he's gonna, how much he's gonna split, because they drafted a running back for a reason. J Mills wants to know, thought Robinson was slow to recover.
Like James Robinson?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm honestly, between the tackles is the way I think Jacksonville has to actually approach the run game, and I don't think that's Etienne's best game. I think it's more outside the tackles and then catching those passes. So that's why I think this caters to James Robinson. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does. I mean, nothing too controversial in there, I don't think. You might have Breece Hall a little low, but the rumor is that's who you're targeting in fantasy. So maybe you jinxed enough of your keepers. So maybe you're trying to reverse jinx.
I don't know where this rumor started.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm not drafting Breece Hall first overall or fourth. My
it would be
first
second.
Would not
be,
yeah.
Just so you know, if you're listening out there, in our league, it's a little different. You can only have a keeper if you draft them as a rookie and never drop them. So all of our keepers we've had from their very first snap and never dropped them. So that's what makes his current list of keepers after all these years finally impressive. Going on from 31 to 40. Starting with Cordarrelle Patterson.
Yeah, he's not going to produce the same as last year. And then plus, you don't have a QB that really is threatening. So, but I mean, he's going to get the touches, and he can still line up as a receiver. I'm not going to just give him dog shit, but then I got AJ Dillon. Again, he's my first handcuff out of all this. This is where I start getting into the handcuffs. So AJ Dillon, again, phenomenal back. The best handcuff I would say out there, like you alluded to, is Aaron Jones. They don't have receivers. They're going to run the ball. Tony Pollard, handcuffed to Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, he definitely showed a lot of explosive last year. Chase Edwards-Hilaire, and then James Robinson, Michael Carter. I mean, Darrell Henderson. I don't need to go into all this because I already
getting
kind of
dark throws
explained it.
now.
Yeah, so everybody kind of gets into all this stuff. So this is all my handcuff running backs.
Closing out the list with 41 through 50, another handcuff, Isaiah Spiller, who you alluded to earlier, taking some value away from Austin Eckler.
Handcuffs, but these are also the young guns. So you got the Isaiah Spiller, you got the James Cook, the guy I said coming out of the combine, Damian Pierce. Watch out, circle him, see what he does this offseason. If he gets that starting job, then that's somebody I would be moving up my draft boards immediately. Marlon Mack is behind him. Apparently, I think he has the starting job. Oh, sorry, Jamal Williams. And then Brian Robinson, B-Rob from Alabama, again, between the tackles. And like you said, if earlier in the year, Antonio Gibson struggles with holding onto the ball, or not producing, he could be a very scary threat to take over his job. Melvin Gordon, Kenneth Walker. My favorite guy, Tyler Algieri or whatever from BYU. But yeah, I think he might be the starting Atlanta back too, and that's another name you need to circle, just like Damian Pierce. Those are the guys that are kind of the sleepers that are going to be probably producing for a few years.
Yeah, if you're looking at keepers or something, yeah. But I mean, other than that, yeah, run, don't walk, get you a piece of that Atlanta offense this year, baby. Come on. Yeah, give me some. Yeah, bruh. But I mean, so that was a nice 1 through 50, man. You went through it pretty good. Speaking of your boy Brian Robinson, Bo Jones talking about which Bama rookie will be drafted first this fantasy season. So is that your call or?
No. The receiver, J-Mo Williams from Detroit.
There you go.
He'll be the first one.
There you go.
Because that's a keeper league.
Jay Mills throwing shade on your rankings. Says Pierce is going to be third string, bro.
Dude, I
no
doubt
loves
that.
to your rankings, man.
I'll put money after the podcast that he will not be third string.
Oh.
He'll be second string at the lowest.
All right, now. I'm telling you. Marshawn Lynch showing Tony Pollard some love last year. Yeah, Tony Pollard won some games for a lot of folks last year, dude. It wasn't just you, Marshawn. So, yeah. It's fantasy season, baby. I love it when we talking running back handcuffs because that's when you know you're getting some bench players, and I'm just talking about I hope you got some players actually starting that have more value than your handcuffs because some people just, get stuck like that without the proper value, and they're waiting on somebody to get hurt, which is just not a place you want to be at all, man.
Yeah.
So, all right, man, let your boy go out and go through his 1 through 10. As well, no surprise, Jonathan Taylor, number 1. He can't be stopped, man. It's going to be the best fantasy season of any running back of all time. I got C-Mac number 2. Yep.
Huh? Okay.
No way the London Jaguars can win either. Give me Christian McCaffrey number 2. I got Eckler number 3 still. I mean, hey, C.J. Spiller wasn't all that. Let me see what Isaiah's talking about. I mean, Austin Eckler is a machine right now. He's producing. I'm not worried about Spiller at the moment. Dalvin Cook, I think, especially in this new offense, I think when he's not just having to carry between the tackles and run off guard the whole game like it's, 1993, he can get some passes and get involved in the passing game, become the new Alvin Kamara. I like him higher than most people. Derrick Henry, man, people are forgetting, I guess, because he was hurt last year. People have a short memory. Beast, boy. I mean, could be easily be number 1. Any of these top 5, I think, could finish number 1. Maybe not Austin Eckler, but I think he's got one of the higher floors. Give me Alvin Kamara. I'm not afraid of the suspension, man. Joe Mixon, DeAndre Swift. I like DeAndre Swift. I'm liking what they're doing in Detroit. Can't wait to watch some Hard Knocks. Saw him interview the other day. He says he's the best running back in the NFC North. So come on, if you're going to say that, that means you better have intentions to prove it, baby. And then my boy Zeke, I can't believe I actually have him ranked lower than you, sir, which go ahead, baby. I got Zeke coming in at 10. Everybody's sleeping on Zeke.
Bruh.
Dude, come on. This is your list. Follow my list if you want to make the
Playoffs?
That's right. Make the playoffs, baby. What you think about my list? You hating on it?
I think McCaffrey again. He would probably been top 4 for me if it wasn't for the injuries. But back-to-back years of injuries, like I'm kind of done. Like I'm gonna hedge my bets. And again, going McCaffrey. Everybody's going McCaffrey like 2 or 3. That's like putting all your chips in for somebody that's been in, like, okay, you're gonna lose again this year for the 3rd time just because that was your first pick, and now you have to go all the way back around.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You've already lost the season, but good on you. I'm good. Alvin with the suspension, it's gonna be at least 3 games. I think it's gonna be close to 6.
6 games would change that tremendously. I'm not afraid of 1 or 2 games.
Well, I think it's going to be more. I think it's going to be minimum 3 games. But anyhow, so I mean that's a lot of points to give up. Ezekiel Elliott, best offensive line. Well, one of the best offensive line.
Yeah.
I think Indy still has the best offensive line, but probably top 5 offensive line. He's going to get the carries. He's going to get the totes. So, 9, 10. I think that's about right. I think people have him lower.
Yeah, people have him out in the top 12, which is crazy. That's an RB2 in most league, like a large league for
Feed
most
the beast,
people.
man. You're going to be seeing
Keep
this
feeding,
all
baby.
year.
Yeah, keep feeding. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about, man. So, I mean, I think people are sleeping on him big time, dude. Bringing up my 21 through, real quick in chat. Man, we got some hating in the chat, man. Talking about people say we're sleeping on Aaron Jones and Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon, I mean, I have him, 6th? So, but Aaron Jones, I'm telling you, you gotta. If you don't know the name A.J. Dillon, you will. If you own Aaron Jones now, you'll know the name A.J. Dillon and be cursing it in your sleep, bro.
Quadzilla, man.
Come on, dude. So, bringing up my 11. I went early. I went to the wrong screen. 11 through 20. Aaron Jones comes in at 11. James Conner's a guy I believe in. He is a beast in the red zone. I don't think anything changes in that regard. Leonard Fournette. They had another center go down this week, man. But, he's valuable, especially in the red zone as well. Nick Chubb. I think your boy is Kareem Hunt's taking some of his value away. Travis Etienne, I got him a lot higher than you. I'm more excited about this. They don't pay James Robinson for a reason. I don't think he's going to be there much longer. They drafted him for this role. He's healthy now. I think they're going to give him every chance to earn and be a 3-down back. Cam Akers is back and healthy. I think he's productive when he's in there. Javonte Williams sliding a little bit for me with Melvin Gordon being in there. I mean, it's a young back with potential and upside, but why'd they sign Melvin Gordon back, who was ahead of him on the depth chart last year? They just brought the same guy back to presumably be ahead of you on the depth chart again. David Montgomery, Saquon Barkley, and Antonio Gibson rounding that out. Antonio Gibson, a guy I like, man, and I think might be a little low on my list. I think that offense is going to be more productive than people are used to, with my boy Carson Wentz getting his revenge tour coming up. But he's got to quit fumbling. So he's had a little bit of fumbleitis the last few years, man. Well, you got any problems with my list?
I think they're gonna. I like Antonio Gibson almost better at your spot than my spot. I think it's gonna equal out. Well, this is the reason why. I mean, Wentz doesn't really go to his running backs that often on passes, and he doesn't like the dump down passes that often. And I mean, honestly, he threw one of the ugliest interceptions I've seen in my life trying to get it to his running back last year. I didn't even know if it was an interception or a fumble. That's how ugly it was. It was pretty damn bad. But I mean, most of that list I'm okay with. I think you got a few people, but it's splitting hairs. At this point.
Well, let me go ahead and go back to...
I get where you're going at.
All right, go back to 21 with J.K. Dobbins. The quarterback's always going to eat into some of the rushing value, and plus Gus Edwards is still there. But I think J.K. Dobbins I might have a little low, but I like where he is. Mm-hmm. I don't like having Clyde Edwards-Helaire this low, man. Okay, rookie last year, he was hyped up by like Matthew Berry and other people, so I think because he didn't live up to the hype, people are like butthurt about it, but let me see a bounce back from Clyde Edwards-Helaire, man. Ronald Jones does nothing for me at all. I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is low on most people's list. It might be low on mine. A.J. Dillon, once again, if you own Aaron Jones, you will know that name well. Chase Edmonds, Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs might be low, man. I mean, a guy that's underwhelmed, but if that offense gets clicking and that passing game opens up, he will have lanes like he's not used to having, man. So Josh Jacobs could be low on this list. Singletary, I mean, they got James Cook, so I don't know what's going to happen there. He had a great last December. Was one of the top 5 backs, I think, last December, if you look at the last 6 or 4 weeks of the season, but they drafted James Cook for a reason. Miles Sanders, handcuffed. Damian Harris, he might be low because they can't do anything in New England right now, I don't think. So I think they're going to, stack the box and dare that offense to beat them and through the air, which it can't do. Rashad Penny at 29. That's a risky one because they drafted the running back to play. So we'll see how much of a timeshare he's in. But they're going to need to run the ball a lot with Drew Lock or Geno Smith throwing the ball. Cordarrelle Patterson, when you're getting him on my list, when I'm down to the 30s, dude, fuck, man. I don't want any part of that Atlanta offense at all. I mean, he's a good talent. He did something great last year with the role he was threw in and surprised a shitload of people, but he will not be on my team. I don't see a situation that I have ended up drafting his ass. I did something wrong if that's where I ended up going and that whatever round I take him, unless he's sitting there super late. But there's 21 through 30. What you think, baby?
I mean, honestly, we had Rashad Penny and Patterson like neck and neck.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's pretty solidified. I think.
What do you think about we didn't talk about him. I don't think you talked about him. What do you think about Clyde Edwards-Helaire? I think you had him lower than that.
Yeah, because I had Ronald Jones beating him for the spot. But then
what?
Edwards-Helaire was 35, and I think Ronald Jones was 30. So
Wow.
I mean,
I missed that. I didn't realize you have him losing a starting job.
Yeah, I think Ronald Jones is more up and down, and I think Helaire is get kind of sideline to sideline and get some of these yards. So I think with the passing game, Ronald Jones kind of fits more in there.
Interesting. Then I mean, I don't know. Edwards-Helaire can do it all. I don't necessarily agree. We'll put a pin in that one, man. We'll put a pin in that one and see who actually gets the starting job. Because I don't even think he's in danger of losing it at all.
Yeah.
But regardless, 31 through 40, I got Tony Pollard, who becomes valuable if something happens. I think his role that he had last year will not be duplicated, barring something unforeseen. Melvin Gordon, another handcuff, which is weird. He's the starting back on the depth chart, but nobody thinks he's going to produce as much as Javonte Williams. Kareem Hunt, James Cook. I got an extra O in there. Ken Walker III, Ramondre Stevenson, Michael Carter, Ronald Jones, Alexander Madison, Gus Edwards. This is a handcuff city, man. Anything to throw out there?
I actually like your Stevenson pick. Again, New England's going to be running the ball. I mean, they got a defensive coordinator calling the plays. It's almost like watching the Giants last year, third down or fourth. Well, it was third down and long, and they just need the ball or something. Like, go ahead and get the ball out of the. Like, we have no business playing offense at this point. So, I like Gus Edwards. A lot of handcuffs out there. Michael Carter. I mean, yeah, I like your handcuffs.
All right. To round it out, 41 through 50. Dameon Pierce, who Jay Mills is hating on, man. J.D. McKissick, Raheem Mostert, James Robinson, Isaiah Spiller, Kenneth Gainwell, Darrell Henderson Jr., Nyheim Hines. Nyheim Hines is a guy I might have low. I might have him a little low, man. He's a great handcuff, and I think they're going to run the ball a lot with Matty Ice in there. Darrell Williams and Marlon Mack, man. So nothing too noteworthy at the end. If you're down this low, hopefully you're getting depth. And so I recommend, getting valuable handcuffs at this point in the rankings, man. What say you?
I mean, I like Nyheim Hines a lot. I just, again, there's a few people I just valued more. I didn't see Brian Robinson. I mean, honestly, if Antonio Gibson doesn't produce, I think he's going to be the next down back. I know they have McKissick. Or no, is he? No, I think they still have McKissick. So, but I think Brian Robinson's more of the true runner. McKissick's more of the third down kind of back. But I mean, honestly, Brian Robinson's, to me, just go ahead and circle him. He knows an NFL style offense. He'll be ready to go.
Did not make
too much
my
of a
rankings.
learning curve. Yeah, I know. So I got a few people that made my rankings, and like you have Nyheim Hines that made yours that didn't make mine, and that was the one that was like, where do I fit him in? And I just couldn't fit him in.
Sure. Well, before we get to the big time consensus official 100 proof football composite rankings, checking in with chat real quick. Once again, if you're here, please hit the like button. help the video get out. We are a fledgling channel, man, trying to get some love. If you're here, please subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like, man. We've got to have at least 1 million likes if we do people in chat, man. Hype to the chat today, man. Y'all have been great hanging in there. So let's see what else we got, man. About to take a drink. Cheers, and let's get to these. Oh, I like that sound. Let's get to these composite rankings, baby. The official 100 proof football composite rankings, 1 through 10, like this, baby.
This is why I tune in. This is the way I'm going to draft this year. The composite rankings is going to be my cheat sheet, and I'm going to win at least one of my leagues.
Dude.
Playoffs?
Let me tell you something. I think we're the only composite rankings or rankings I've seen that have Henry and Cook this high. Having tied for second. No surprise that Jonathan Taylor first.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook tied for second. C-Mac at fourth. Najee Harris fifth. Austin Eckler sixth. Joe Mixon seventh. Aaron Jones makes his way back into the top 10 at 8. Nick Chubb at 9, and then Zeke at 10. I don't mind that ranking, man. That's a solid composite, man. Nothing too much to go off from that. Cheers back to Marshawn Lynch, who is taking a drink with us. Thank you, sir. Beast mode. 11, Alvin Kamara.
Beast mode doesn't need a cheers. You got that DUI.
Yeah, you can calm down. Let's just stay at home, bro. Just don't be driving, man. Get your Uber, bro.
Yeah.
11 with Alvin Kamara. 12, DeAndre Swift. 13, Javonte Williams. 14, your boy James Conner. 15, Antonio Gibson. 16, Cam Akers. 17, Saquon. 18, Fournette. 19, tie for 19th is Etienne and David Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting what our composites end up being once we combine the rankings, man.
Yeah. Again, this is still pretty solid, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the only thing that's big is if Kamara gets a bigger suspension than I'm assuming, then he is too high. But once you get him on your team, then once he's playing, he'll be a top 10 back on a per game basis. But
oh yeah, and he could be deadly because by that time, Winston could be hitting on all cylinders. And then if Kamara got those fresh legs, it's gonna be stupid.
Marshawn Beast Mode is talking about he's got a nice chicky parm cooking, no driving, man. All right, you do your thing, Beast Mode, man. Jay Mills said Cook might be a bit high, given Minnesota wants to be more of pass offense, and Cook averaged only 11 games a year since he's been in the league. If you've been watching Jay Mills, that's what I've been talking about, baby, is that they had him in a ground and pound offense. If you've been listening since last year when we started year 0, I've been lamenting Zimmer until he freaking got fired. He finally did. They have the right offense now. I think the pass game will open up Cook, and I think Cook will also be heavily involved in that passing game, a la Alvin Kamara. So if this was a true PPR, I feel even better about him being that high. But we're doing, I think, a half-point PPR ranking. So get on board or get run over, motherfucker. King Dang.
I moved up Cook based on his opportunities for touchdowns.
Amen.
I think the yards are going to be about the same, like nothing too crazy. I think he's going to just produce the way Dalvin Cook produces, but they're going to have more opportunities in the red zone. That means more touchdowns for the running back. And if they're going to pass the ball that much, that means you're not going to run the ball where Cook can be on the field more and not like, I just ran the ball 4 times. I had to go off the field and then somebody else gets my touchdown.
Right.
So that's my thinking, but
yeah. Plus, I think a different use case will keep him healthier as well.
Yeah.
21 through 30 of the composite rankings. Damian Harris coming in at 21. J.K. Dobbins 22. Josh Jacobs. Interesting. RB1 with really no backup handcuff threat is all the way at 23. That just sticks out to me. Devin Singletary 24. Chase Edmonds, Miles Sanders, A.J. Dillon, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, another guy that we're definitely at odds on. Rashad Penny and Cordarrelle Patterson rounding out that list.
Yeah. Again, I mean, I'm not trying to be biased, but I think we make some pretty damn lists.
Dude.
Like, I think if we made babies, this is the kind of baby you want.
A composite 100-proof baby. Well, that sounds wrong. I don't know about that. Oh, alcohol has effect on pregnant women, just so you know. All right. 31 through 40, according to the Surgeon General anyway. Tony Pollard, Ronald Jones, your boy, who is way too high for me. Michael Carter, James Cook, Alexander Madison, Melvin Gordon, Gus Edwards, Ken Walker III, Kareem Hunt, and Damian Pierce.
Yeah.
I mean, it's handcuffed territory, man. I mean, what do you want from us? I think.
I was going to say, at this point, I mean, you pick, to me, the best handcuff probably might be Gus Edwards. Because, I mean, he is kind of proven, and with JK, if he doesn't produce immediately, you know what you got in your second. So if he doesn't produce immediately or he's not fully back, then Gus Edwards can take a lot. The Gus bus, man.
The Gus
and he was
bus.
hyped last year until he
dude.
got injured as well.
40, tied for 40, is Darrell Henderson. 42nd is Ronald Jones. Kenneth Gainwell at 43rd. Isaiah Spiller and Ramondre Stevenson tied at 44. J.D. McKissick at 46. Raheem Mostert, James Robinson, Nyheim Hines, and Marlon Mack rounding out your first official composite 100 proof running back rankings, baby.
Printing it out.
Get hype, man.
Give birth to this, man. This is beautiful.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I mean, some of y'all take this, unless you're in my league, take this composite to your draft as a cheat sheet. Let me know how you do, man. And come back and talk to us. Because what are we trying to do? Make you dominate your fantasy league, man. That's what this thing is all about, man. Ain't no sloppy seconds, man. Second is the first loser, man. It's time to come in first, unless you're my co-host in my league, man. So, going back to full screen, you and me again, man. I'm just ready, bro. I'm freaking ready. We got drafts coming up. It's fantasy season, man.
Yeah.
I'm doing everybody in my league that I play against a favor. Mainly because I want a challenge. I mean, I'm in the top 4 every year in every league I'm in. So I mainly just want a challenge, man.
You finished last in the Tallahassee League.
Well, what? No, it ain't. Or maybe I did.
I got a special trophy for you. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's a little different league. That's a little different setup there.
It is different setup.
That is not a head-to-head league. That is a year total season points. Plus, you can veto trades, which should never be legal. So people dogpile on me, won't let me trade, and just veto it because it's me. So, hey, when you're on top, you get that kind of hate, man. I'm used to it. It's all right with me, man. Nothing but love.
And then that league, the best thing about that league that we incorporated, last year?
Oh, it's great.
The first 30 minutes before the draft, we randomly select the draft order. If you do not like the draft order, you got to take a shot or chug a beer, and it resets the whole thing.
Reshuffle it and redraw
so this fucker, my co-host, got number 2 overall. Easy peasy.
You thought I would have liked that, huh?
Yeah. No need to chug. I got number 2. I could probably screw the first guy out of whoever he's going to pick, but he didn't. He was just like, I'm going to screw that first guy because it was me. I'm going to chug a beer.
Dude, hey, my liver took one for the team, got your ass back where you needed to be, man. Somewhere else. But, dude, it's just so many good memories, so many good traditions. I hope if you're in a league that you have a loser and a winner tradition. We have Lombardi trophies, championship belts, all kind of stuff, man. So, fantasy, there's nothing like it, man. There's nothing like it. It's one of my favorite things on the planet. And so until we get into this actual football season where we're making you some motherfucking money. Until we're doing that, we're helping you get ready to dominate your league, baby. So this has been the running back rankings release, man. And that's going to just about do it. From the Rocky Mountains of Utah down to the panhandle of Florida. This has been 100 Proof Football. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the sub, hit the bell. Find us on social media, Twitter and Instagram at 100 Proof FB. And don't forget, please, keep it 100. We out.
We out.
Later.